This is a queen that I produced summer of 2016, and I'm hoping she'll make it through another winter because I want to do some grafting off of her. She's one of several that I had make it through one winter and survive the summer. But I thought I would try Russian queens this year. Let me tell you about that. Of 26 queens I ordered, 6 of them never made it out of the cage. These came from Foley's Russian bees. Next day air UPS. And Foley does not put the workers in the cages with a queen. He fills up the box full of workers, and what happens is when they get hot they want to get out, so they block the screen, and that cuts off the ventilation. And what does it say on here? It says keep well ventilated, keep at room temperature, keep away from insecticides, keep out of the sun, keep well ventilated. But you see here it says keep at room temperature, keep well ventilated. These queens get hot, it damages their health. I've got over $800 into this order of queens, and he wouldn't give me a refund. So I'm going to go back to grafting, and let me show you how I do it. See this system here I have this insulated filler. Polystyrene foam insulation board doesn't seem to hurt the bees. I've been using it for several years. I haven't noticed any harm to the bees. And the reason I use it is because in April, when I have drones, and I'm going to assume there's other drones in the area, I will take out a frame of brood, or I'll split a hive up, and I will put these insulated fillers in here in mid-April, and by early May I have had success and had laying queens. At the same time, queens are available from your dealers. But you can't do any grafting early spring. So you have to wait till May, early June to do grafting, because it has to be warmer, because you're going to take this frame out of one of your best colonies. You're going to take the queen and all the young 2 to 3 day old larvae that you don't want to graft, and you're going to take it out and you're going to bring it into the house. Well, you take the queen out and start up a new colony. You take in one frame into the house. I like to do it in the house, use more control of the climate. Put it on a wet towel, and if you need to get up you can put the wet towel over it. And I like to use this Chinese grafting tool. But what I've noticed is on this young early comb, sometimes you can go right straight through, so you have to be careful. So anyway, I take the 2 to 3 day old larva out, and most of the stuff here is I've made myself. I didn't make the queen cell cups. You can buy these anywhere. Take the larva out, put it in the cup. Now the cup has wax on, beeswax on it. You can either dip it in hot beeswax or you can brush it on. I like to fill up one row, and now we got that one done, I flip it over, and then I do another row. So then you're going to put this back in that same colony that you just took the queen out of, and all the young eggs and larvae, so that they can't make any queen cells other than what's on this frame here. Now remember, these larvae are 2 to 3 days old. So on day 10, I like to take all the queen cell cups out, and you can look in the light and you can see if they're any good or not. If they're good, I take this here, I prop it up somewhere, and I will set the queen cells. After I put in a cube of sugar, and this is important, new queens do not have pheromones and workers will not feed her. So you have to put in a cube of sugar. And then you set the queen cell carefully in there, and then when you fill that all up, you cover it back up. And then you set it back in that same colony. Now after a few days, you take this out, and you'll see the new virgin queens running around in there. And after you open that up again, the queen, all bees will naturally go up. So you prop this up and you just wait and she'll come out, and then you stick her in a queen cage and make sure there's sugar in there, or candy, or whatever you want to call it, because remember, she doesn't have any pheromones. And then you're going to put this in a nuke that you've started that has been setting for at least 1 day. And then after 3 days, you let her out. I don't like to let the bees eat the candy. I let her out after 3 days, and I've had 2 out of 3 become laying queens. Now it's a whole lot cheaper to do that than it is to pay some ignorant queen dealer, Jason Foley, $800 and some for Russian queens that didn't do anything because they all died. The ones that did make it out of the cage, they were dead within a few days, a week or so. I just opened up colonies and don't see a queen. So they got hot and it harmed their health. So I'm trying to save you money, trying to help you guys out. Don't do what I did. Don't buy from Jason Foley. He's ignorant. He doesn't know that putting workers in the box loose, too many of them, blocks the screens and causes the box to get hot, and that damages the health of the queens. So don't buy his bees. And also, I've noticed that Russian bees have just as many mites as Italians, and let's see, I have to treat all my bees once a week. Russians are no different than Italians. If you think Russians are better, they're not. You have to do the same thing. So don't waste your money buying Russian bees or queens. Okay, thank you.